Let's be honest, when you first move abroad, it's easy to get caught in the productivity trap. You're trying to prove to your boss, your partner, your family back home, and maybe even to yourself that this wasn't a mistake. So you work, you grind, you show up early, stay late, and check your email at 11 p.m. while eating something vaguely fried and suspiciously spicy. But if your expat life is all hustle and no heart, you'll burn out before you ever belong. Welcome back to the Adaptable Expat, where this week we're talking about balancing work-life and that mysterious thing called psychological well-being before your brain turns into laksa soup. When you're an expat, especially in Southeast Asia, where the clocks seem to run on vibes, but the deadlines don't, it's ridiculously easy to fall into the trap of overworking. You're in a new place, maybe trying to impress your local colleagues or remote bosses, or just show the world, and maybe yourself, that you can totally handle this global hustle life. You answer messages at all hours, say yes to every quick call, and smile through that surprise 9 p.m. Zoom meeting from your boss who's blissfully unaware or suspiciously indifferent to your time zone. You tell yourself you're just being flexible, professional, adaptable, a digital nomad ninja who's cool with juggling 6 tasks, 3 time zones, and a broken air conditioner. But here's the truth bomb. Overworking doesn't mean you're winning. It means you're sprinting toward burnout in metaphorical flip-flops with no idea how far away the finish line is. Spoiler, there is no finish line. Just a slowly thickening fog of exhaustion. And let's be real, burnout abroad isn't your run-of-the-mill stress spiral. It's a whole different flavor. Imagine being totally drained and brain-fogged, and then realizing your support system is a 12-hour flight away. There's no sister to drop by with soup. No best friend to swing by with wine and dramatic pep talks. The crash hits differently. It's lonelier, louder, and sneakier. It can creep in slowly because you're so busy pretending you've got this. You tell yourself it's just a phase. Until suddenly, you're sitting in a cafe with great Wi-Fi and an ocean view, and wondering why everything feels flat and flavorless. Burnout overseas is a silent saboteur. And the worst part? You might not admit it because it feels like failure. Like you're somehow not cut out for this brave expat life you signed up for. But listen, being human is not a weakness. And taking care of yourself is not a luxury. It's essential. Especially when the nearest person who really knows you is on another continent. So yeah, work hard. Do your best. Be that adaptable, reliable, time zone juggling superstar. But also know when to log off, stretch, breathe, and say, no, not tonight. Protect your peace like your visa depends on it. Because honestly, in the long run, it kind of does. So let's break it down. First, you need to set boundaries. That sounds easy, right? It's not. Especially when you're the new person at work or working remotely and feeling like you have to constantly prove your value. But boundaries aren't walls. They're fences with gates. And you decide when they open. If you don't set clear limits on your workday, your calendar becomes a buffet for everyone else's priorities. Before you know it, you're replying to Slack messages during brunch and explaining deliverables while walking through a night market in Chiang Mai. Here's a good start. Pick a hard stop time. That's when your workday ends. No emails. No calls. Just you, your dinner, and possibly a gecko on your ceiling. Second, schedule joy like it's your job. That means hobbies, yes, even silly ones. Take that pottery class you've been eyeing. Join the badminton group that meets every Tuesday, even if you have the hand-eye coordination of a retired hippo. Do something non-productive on purpose. Go to the night market just to people watch. Try to make the perfect dead Tarek swirl at home and post your failures proudly. Join the Neighborhood Cats fan club. Why? Because these moments give your brain room to breathe. They also create opportunities to meet people outside of work, aka the secret sauce of long-term adaptation. We dedicated a video on the channel to this very topic. Now, let's talk about psychological well-being, a fancy phrase that basically means, is your brain okay? Because if your stress levels are through the roof, even the dream job won't feel dreamy for long. And while a lot of people talk about language learning, cultural adjustment, or getting your visa renewed without sobbing into your passport, very few people talk about how much emotional regulation is required just to survive daily life abroad. Even a simple task, like figuring out which phone plan doesn't scam you, can feel epic when your brain is fried. So protect it. Take breaks. Walk. Meditate. Dance to a K-pop playlist in your kitchen. Smash the like button, subscribe, and share this video. Do literally anything that reminds you that you are more than just an employee in a different time zone. And if you need help, get it. Most Southeast Asian cities now have access to English-speaking therapists, mindfulness coaches, and online mental health services. You are not alone, and you are not weak for needing support. To wrap up part 1, here's your micro mission for the weeks to come. Set a hard stop time for work each day. Write it down. Schedule one hobby or joyful activity that has zero productivity value. Check in with yourself. On a scale of nasty lemon to meltdown, where are you really? We'll dive deeper in our next video, where we'll explore how your well-being connects to your job satisfaction and why doing less might actually make you a better expat. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so your brain can thank you later. From sunny, beautiful Beta Ferengi, this is an Adaptable Expat signing off after reminding you to keep that dream-feeding fire burning.